everyone, I'm Jocelyn Wadey with the Edmonton Humane Society, and welcome to our Edmonton Humane Society podcast. As always, we're bringing you the show from our beautiful shelter located in Northwest Edmonton. Coming up on this month's show, we enjoy a visit from dedicated volunteer Dr. Ted Purcell, whose journey with the Edmonton Humane Society began many years ago. We also meet Spock, a feline sporting a permanent Vulcan salute who is waiting to join the crew of his own Starship Enterprise. And we chat with CEO Miranda Jordan-Smith on an exciting new initiative undertaken by the shelter to save more cat lives. But first, let's check in with Peace Officer Gray to find out how you can help animals in your community by becoming a watchdog.
Our Animal Protection Department here at the Edmonton Humane Society is relaunching our Watchdog program. This is a tool that the public out in the community can utilize to help reduce the concerns of animal neglect that are happening right in our backyards. What we'd like to see is all of these materials that we have available on our website or in Bingley's Pet Store here at the Edmonton Humane Society on display out in the community. We have window stickers, we have magnets, and we have signs that your kids can even help to decorate to display in your windows. And what we'd like to do is we'd like you to start giving us a call or email us when you're seeing concerns of animal neglect. You might be seeing an animal outside right now that's being left outside without access to an adequate shelter. Maybe you're seeing an animal that's body condition has deteriorated and they're starting to lose a lot of weight over a period of time. Or any other types of concerns you might have regarding the living conditions inside of a home for an animal. We'd like you to give us a call or send us an email so that we can talk about the situation, and maybe it is something that our officers do need to investigate. We do have a number of officers here at the Edmonton Humane Society that investigate these complaints anywhere from 6 to 7 days a week, depending on the time of year. Anytime that you're concerned that an animal is suffering from any type of neglect, please give our officers a call or send us an email. All of our information is available on the Edmonton Humane Society's website.
We rely on the public to be our eyes and ears in the community. To report animal cruelty within the city of Edmonton, fill out an online form at edmontonhumanesociety.com. Well, there's no shortage of cuteness here at the shelter, and we've got some to share with you. In the next segment, we stop by the small animal ward to chat with Chantel, who's been nurturing some adorable guinea pig pups.
Spitz came into the shelter with another male, and we were just watching her to make sure she wasn't going to be pregnant, but we sent her into foster just to be sure, where she gave birth to 5 babies, 3 girls and 2 boys, Harry, Dustin, Jamie, Quinn, and Bella. Because of the fact that she came in with males, we always generally want to keep the females aside just to check them, and we monitored her every week to see if she was gaining a large amount of weight, which she was, so we decided to send her to foster just in case. Guinea pigs make great pets for any kind of person, for whether it be children or just somebody who wants an easygoing pet. You just have to keep their cage clean, clean it once or twice every week, and make sure that they're provided with a special food for guinea pigs, because guinea pigs are vitamin C deficient. They can't process it themselves, so they need supplementation. Any commercial brand guinea pig pellets are quite suitable because they are boosted with vitamin C, but if you want to supplement with regular fresh vegetables, fresh oranges in small quantities are fine. Parsley, broccoli, some spinach is all right as well, just not too much because of the vitamin A is too much for them. Most guinea pigs tend to be skittish. It's a part of their nature, but if you work with them every day and give them just the right amount of love, they'll always greet you when you come into the room.
We're happy to report that all 5 pups from the litter have found forever homes, and so has their mom. Next up, I sit down with longtime volunteer Dr. Ted Purcell to learn about how he became involved with the Edmonton Humane Society.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
And we're chatting today with Dr. Ted Purcell, a very special volunteer with the Edmonton Humane Society. Welcome, Dr. Ted.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for coming. We're so glad that you could come in today. So you're a volunteer with the Edmonton Humane Society.
Yes, I am.
How long have you been volunteering with us?
Well, it all started for me back in the 1980s. Shortly after I graduated from veterinary school, I was asked to work with night classes at what was the Edmonton SPCA at the time, now Edmonton Humane Society, at the previous shelter over on 66th Street. And it was actually 29 years ago this month in February that I taught my first class. As a veterinarian, I have a passion for teaching and learning. And so in collaboration with the Edmonton SPCA at the time, I taught night classes on various aspects of pet health care. My first topic was dogs in sickness and in health. And so what I did is I made slides and took my carousels into the facility and taught night classes there for a number of weeks. And I taught for dogs, I taught for cats. And I think now about the technology we have, it used to be Kodak slides I taught these classes on, and now the things we can do with PowerPoint, its technology has really changed.
Yeah, and the smart boards and everything, for sure.
So it started back in 1986 for me.
Okay.
And then after the night classes, there was, and some of our viewers may remember, there used to be the Edmonton SPCA Adopt a Pet show. It was a collaboration with the Edmonton SPCA and Shaw TV. And that was a show that was produced out of the old facility on 66th Street, where Shaw TV would bring their remote truck on location and pull the cable into the facility. And then what we would do is sit as we were here, and they would produce a show that involved the pets that were at the facility at that particular time. And what they'd asked me to do was come on as a guest speaker and talk on various topics related to pets. So I did that, and then eventually they asked me to co-host the show. And so I co-hosted the show at the time with a very dear friend, Sylvia Twelly. So we had a lot of fun with that show, and I hope we did find placement for a lot of the pets in homes, and they did hopefully find that forever home. So after the Edmonton SPCA Adopt a Pet in early 2000s, somewhere in the early 2000s, I was asked if I would help participate with the Edmonton Humane Society Adopt a Pet segment on Global TV. So that started in the early 2000s, and for the last 10-15 years, that's what I've been doing. Every Wednesday morning at 8:48, we're there with some adorable adoptables, and what we do is talk about the pets and give some history on them. And we'll also talk about various things that are going on at the Edmonton Humane Society, various events, various initiatives. And then as a veterinarian, with myself being in private practice, I also try to draw on some of what I see in private practice talking to pet owners, and I try and take some of those topics to the show as well to try and educate the viewers and keep them informed.
Right, that's awesome. So you've been with the organization since the 1980s.
It's been 4 decades.
That's quite the run.
It's gone quick, as I reflect upon it, and I do reflect upon all the wonderful folks that I've worked with over that time, all the very dedicated volunteers, all the dedicated staff here at the Edmonton Humane Society. I feel very privileged. I think I've been very privileged to know and work with all the folks who have volunteered their time here and also who have worked here as staff. It's been very rewarding, very rewarding.
So what has led you to stay with the organization for such a long time?
I think it's been the desire to continue to educate. It's always been my passion to teach and educate and try and spread the word and try and reach as many people as I can to help them understand pets, and they're a very important part of our society. The human-animal bond is very important in our society, and so I just want to help and nurture that, and so if I can do my small part to do that, I feel it's well worth it.
So what can you say about this facility that we're in right now as opposed to where you started back on 66th Street?
Well, I guess perhaps the term quantum leap would be an understatement. I mean, I think anybody who was in the facility on 66th Street will have memories. I can't say would all be the fondest memories, but this facility is just, that we're in today, is just so remarkable, and such a great comment on all the hard work of the staff and the volunteers, a great tribute to their time and energy, and also their vision. I think that this facility is very visionary and really has helped heighten the profile of the Edmonton Humane Society in the public, and it's so many different programs and courses are taught here. That this is more than just a facility to place pets in our community. It's all about education and learning and coming here to socialize. It just serves so many purposes, and it was just the physical facility on 66th Street was just not amenable to that, and it's just wonderful to see
sure.
what we're sitting here today in.
Now, from what I understand, there's actually a bit of a family connection with the volunteering in your house. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, that's interesting. I don't know how you heard about that, but obviously we have a number of pets in our family, and one of my sons is very interested in the Edmonton Humane Society and the wonderful work that they do. So he is volunteering here and has been for a few years now. And again, just as his father has, he has found it very rewarding as well.
That's great. Well, we're so happy to have you both, of course. And so what would you say to anybody who's interested in either adopting a pet for us or volunteering with us or just getting involved with the organization in any way?
What I would say to them is a very worthwhile organization. For me, again, it's been just short of 30 years that I've been volunteering my time at the Edmonton Humane Society. Every moment of it has been very worthwhile, and I would encourage folks to come down and spend some time here at the facility and find out what the Edmonton Humane Society is all about and see how they may be able to become part of the overall organization and how they feel they can contribute.
Awesome. Well, we thank you so very much for coming in today, Dr. Purcell, and of course for your many, many years of service. I have the pleasure of getting to see you on Wednesday mornings as well, and it's always great to see you, and thank you so much for supporting the Edmonton Humane Society.
Well, Jocelyn, thank you, and the pleasure is all mine. It's all mine.
And thanks again to Dr. Purcell for his visit and his dedication to the EHS. One of the things we're often asked about here at the Edmonton Humane Society is low-cost spay-neuter surgery options. The Prevent Another Litter Subsidy, or PALS program, is a great option for low-income individuals to get their pets fixed. Operations Supervisor Mariah Barini has the details.
PALS is the Prevent Another Litter subsidy program that we run through the Edmonton Humane Society. It's a low-income spay-neuter clinic program for people that qualify low-income under the federal guidelines. To qualify for the Prevent Another Litter subsidy program, you do have to submit an application. They're available on our website online, or you can come down to the shelter to pick one up. Along with the application, you have to submit a $50 admin fee and your proof of income. So last year's tax assessment, your AISH card, or your social assistance card are the most common forms of proof of income people use. The aim for the PALS program is to reduce pet overpopulation in the Edmonton area by targeting people that are low income that aren't able to afford spay-neuter surgeries for their family pets. So by helping them get their animals fixed, we prevent unwanted litters coming into the Edmonton community. We would like to see 1,500 animals come through the program in 2015. We're working quite extensively to get the message out into the community and really targeting those areas that we know people need the program. The program was started in 2012, so we have been successfully increasing our numbers of surgeries every year that we are able to offer to the community. For 2015, our goal is to complete 1,500 surgeries on community animals. You can call us at 780-491-3850 to get information about the PALS program. You can also check out our website, edmontonhumanesociety.com, which has all the information in regards to the PALS program, how to qualify, and the application.
For more information on the PALS program and to fill out an application, visit our website at edmontonhumanesociety.com.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
I think one of the things I really like about the Shelter Pet Project is the idea of a forever home is real. Tucker, he was a crazy little furball, tiniest little thing. He was cross-eyed, and we fell in love. Sophie, she's our little girl cat. She knows her name, and so she'll come when you call, and she's just this really sort of poised young lady. Thomas, he was just this big, orange, beautiful cat.
Thomas is kind of an old soul.
They're perfect. It sort of rounds out our whole idea of family with these guys. They completely transformed our lives. So you have like a really long day, or you have like a crummy day, and then you come home and you've got the cats that know nothing about it, frankly, and just want to enjoy your time. And there's just, I don't know, there's just something about knowing that something you saved is also sort of saving your day. I think every shelter pet requires a certain level of intention. That was the cool thing about the Humane Society, because I felt like we had to gain their trust a little bit too in all the right ways. I mean, they really wanted to know about us and our living situation. They wanted to know what we were looking for in a cat, and it wasn't simply from the standpoint that they were trying to sort of sell us a cat.
It's definitely a mission for them to make sure that the animals are well loved, and actually it's not them just making sure that they're getting cats out into the world, to make sure that they are placed with a family that fits them and can take care of them the way that they need to. The Shelter Pet Project is giving a voice to a population who doesn't have one. Everyone wants their place, and these pets are just looking for the same thing.
There are thousands of amazing shelter pets waiting to meet you. Meet yours at theshelterpetproject.org.
Friends for Life lotteries help ensure that every animal that stays at the Edmonton Humane Society receives exceptional care, including top-notch medical attention from veterinary staff, special dietary plans, behavior evaluations, training, and socialization programs. Our Friends for Life lotteries are one of the biggest sources of funding for the shelter. Fund Development Coordinator Allison McLean tells us more.
So we have our 2015 Friends for Life Spring Lottery going on right now at the shelter. So people can buy their tickets for a chance to win one of 32 prizes. So the Friends for Life Lottery raises thousands of dollars for us every year, and this money goes to care for the thousands of animals that come into our care. It can provide surgeries or food or even enrichment for the animals. So it's a really important fundraiser for us. The early bird draw is on April 15th, and there is 2 draws for $6,000 each. The final draw cutoff is on May 26th, and the draws are on June 3rd, and the grand prize of those draws is $15,000. So if someone wants to buy tickets, they can go on our website, edmontonhumanesociety.com, or they can give us a call at the office at 780-491-3507, and the tickets are $20 each, or packages of 3 for $50. And there's only 15,000 tickets printed, so they will sell out, so people should get their tickets as soon as possible.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Cinderella found the pet that fits her perfectly. Tiana gave her pet the royal treatment. Belle found beauty where no one else did. And you can too. Share your heart. Share your love. Bring home your forever friend. Make a shelter pet part of your world. Happily Ever After begins at theshelterpetproject.org.
Coming up, we have a special feline available for adoption who is perfect for any Trekkies out there. Meet Spock with his permanent Vulcan salute.
Spock came to us from the city pound. He was a stray and he was transferred over to us. And upon arrival, we noticed that he had some interesting feet. It's a congenital abnormality. We don't think it was an injury or anything. It was something he was born with. And it doesn't seem to cause him any pain. He walks just normal. He has 3 nails on his feet. He has 2 paws and 3 nails. There's one in the middle between his 2 toes. So you always got to make sure to trim those ones as well. Spock didn't come to us with a name. We had a couple kennel attendants in the back that saw him and they really liked his paws and they decided to call him Spock. A good household for Spock would be someone that has older children, someone that's good with cats. A household that has probably no other cats would be a good option for him. A good household for Spock would be someone that has older children, possibly no other pets, as he is a high arousal cat. It's hard to say how often congenital deformities like this happen. It could be due to a number of factors, but one big one would be inbreeding. So if you spay and neuter your pets, then you can kind of avoid those situations. If they get out of hand and they keep breeding with each other, then you'll find more abnormalities like this. I have never seen a cat like this before. This is my first time seeing a cat with 2 toes. He's a spunky boy. I really like him. He's one of the cats that I like to go visit and say hi to. I'm hoping that he will find a good home, someone to take care and love him. He's a good cat. He's got lots of energy and he needs to take it out somewhere.
We are happy we can give cats like Spock a second chance at a forever home through programs like Catitude Cats. Next up, I chat with CEO Miranda Jordan-Smith about an exciting new challenge undertaken by the EHS to save more cat lives.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
And we're here today chatting with Miranda Jordan-Smith, CEO. Welcome, Miranda.
Thank you.
So we're here today talking about a new initiative that the EHS is embarking upon. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. The Edmonton Humane Society is the first shelter in Western Canada to sign up to participate in the Million Cat Challenge program, which was set out by Dr. Kate Hurley and her research, where she implemented 5 key shelter initiatives that we could all kind of join and partake in to increase adoption rates for cats and live release rates for cats.
So why did the EHS decide to get involved with the Million Cat Challenge?
Well, we responded to a direct call for action by Dr. Kate Hurley herself. She set out 5 key program initiatives. We felt they were easy to implement, so we signed up, and ultimately we want to improve the quality of care that we provide to cats, change how we manage the admission process in the shelter, and see the end result being live release rates higher, adoption rates higher, and more humane quality of care for cats.
And so how is the Edmonton Humane Society taking part in the Million Cat Challenge?
Well, out of the 5 key program initiatives that are set out in the challenge, we've already implemented, I think, 4 out of the 5. We are managing admissions, which means we have control over the number of animals coming into the shelter, particularly cats. We are offering alternatives to surrender through programs and services, such as our Catitude Cat program and Barn Buddies.
And so what kind of results are you hoping to see through implementing these initiatives?
There's going to be a lot of positive results that come out of partaking in this challenge. One will be that there will be higher release rates for cats. Another will be higher adoption rates as well as the humane care of cats while here in the shelter.
So you mentioned earlier that the Edmonton Humane Society is actually the only shelter in Western Canada to be taking part in the Million Cat Challenge. So what would you say to other shelters who may be interested in getting involved in the challenge?
I would definitely urge other shelters to get involved in the challenge because the changes are easy to implement from an operational perspective, and I think it's time that we all collectively change our approach in how we handle cats in our community.
So what makes this initiative so very important?
This initiative is important because cat overpopulation is a social issue that impacts all regions of the world, and it's time that we change our approach. It's time that we start doing things differently, and there will be a huge positive impact if we can get more people on board.
So we're at the end of our show already. A reminder to please think of our shelter animals and donate however you can. As a nonprofit charitable organization, we greatly depend on donor support to care for about 13,000 homeless animals each year. Please visit our website at edmontonhumanesociety.com for how you can donate. And thanks to all of our supporters. Thanks to Shaw TV for airing our show on their station at no cost, the only news magazine show produced by and for an animal shelter. Take care and don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and we love to hear from you. See you next time.